The unimaginable role of Kim Jong-un's secret pleasure squad. In the mysterious and isolated world of North Korea, where ordinary citizens often struggle with poverty, the extravagant and depraved lifestyle of Kim Jong-un, along with his pleasure squad, remains closely guarded. The pleasure squad, a group of young women selected to cater to the desires and whims of the country's supreme leader, was established during the time of his father, Kim Jong-il. Every year, Kim Jong-un spends up to 4 million won on lingerie for these women. The pleasure squad is selected based on various criteria, with the most important being that they must remain virgins. They participate in secret parties to serve intimate adult activities for high-ranking officials close to Kim Jong-un, including massages, singing and dancing, all aimed at satisfying the dictator. If they fail to please, the women face the terrifying punishment of having their body hair shaved off. Throughout their years of service, the members of the pleasure squad are confined and are not allowed to return home to visit their families. What role does the pleasure squad play, and how terrible is it that Kim Jong-un hides them from the public? Let's dive into the unimaginable role of Kim Jong-un's secret pleasure squad and the truth about the life of North Korea's elite. Number 11. Kim Jong-un's secret pleasure squad. Under the leadership of Kim Jong-un, North Korea is a country shrouded in strict laws and hidden secrets. Kim Jong-il, his father, was famous for his extravagant tastes, including a deep love for cinema, fine liquor, and women. It is believed that he personally selected several young women for his pleasure squad, a group formed to provide adult entertainment services. They were carefully selected to ensure the satisfaction of Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un and the high-ranking officials within the regime. These women paid a heavy price for being coerced into their roles and subjected to the will of the ruling elite. For decades, the existence of these squads remained hidden, but defectors have shed light on this dark reality. In the summer of 2011, Kim Jong-un is said to have organized a secret operation to establish his own pleasure squad. South Korean sources report that Kim Jong-un personally handpicked around 100 women to join the group, with their identities kept secret. The office responsible for this operation was known as Office 39, according to reports. This office was initially established by Kim Jong-un's father, Kim Jong-il, and was renamed to prevent information leaks. Some reports even suggest that the regime attempted to recruit as many as 600 women at once, indicating the vast scale of the operation. What do you think about this squad? Please share your thoughts below. Number 10. Selection criteria for the pleasure squad. Kim Jong-il, the late father of Kim Jong-un, had a particular preference for women over 160 centimeters tall, likely due to his own short stature. However, Kim Jong-un, being taller himself, raised the requirement to 165 centimeters. While Kim Jong-il placed a strong emphasis on facial proportions, Kim Jong-un was reportedly more lenient, only requiring a woman to have an oval-shaped face. Additionally, the candidates had to meet other stringent standards, such as having no scars, flawless skin, and a soft, feminine voice, but above all, virginity was a non-negotiable requirement. Once selected, the candidates underwent thorough health checks to ensure they met the regime's strict criteria for both physical beauty and health. North Korean leaders place great importance on the virginity of these women, as it is believed that their innocence enhances the pleasure derived from their services. After being chosen, the young women are taken away from their families, who remain unaware of their true whereabouts. They are told that their daughters are participating in important government projects, but the reality is far more sinister. The North Korean regime has implemented a highly stringent vetting process for candidates to join the pleasure squad, with particular emphasis on the family history of each individual. Only those from families with absolute loyalty to the state are permitted to participate. This vetting not only ensures that the women chosen will serve Kim Jong-un's pleasures, but also acts as a safeguard for his power. While the strict selection process and the apparent social rewards might seem like a means of elevating one's personal status, behind the closed doors of the pleasure squad lie harsh conditions that these women must endure. The selection process begins with hundreds of applicants, but only around 50 make it to the final round in Pyongyang. Kim Jong-un personally reviews detailed profiles, sometimes extending to 150 pages per candidate. After careful consideration, he narrows the list down to just 25 women and invites them to intimate dinners for personal interaction. Ultimately, only 2 are chosen to serve him. Those who don't make the cut still have an opportunity to join the North Korean elite, but they will be assigned to secretive parties where they entertain high-ranking party officials. Becoming a member of North Korea's elite is not just based on personal ability, but also on family background. In North Korea's rigid social structure, one's family and lineage play a significant role in determining their opportunities. Families of those chosen are rewarded with substantial government stipends. However, this so-called honor comes with a dark reality. Despite receiving luxurious gifts like high-end cosmetics, these items are not tokens of gratitude. Rather, they are tools to ensure their silence and loyalty concerning the harsh realities of life within the pleasure squad. What do you think about these criteria? Feel free to share your thoughts below. Number 9. Divided into 3 groups. The pleasure squad consists of 25 girls divided into 3 specialized groups, each with its own role in the elaborate parties organized to serve the North Korean elite. The first group is responsible for providing adult entertainment services. These girls are expected to satisfy the desires of the leaders, and they must cater to every whim. Besides that, they are forced to engage in intimate acts and their bodies being used as objects. Girls have no power in the matter of their autonomy. They are stripped and their bodies treated as commodities. The second group of the pleasure squad is tasked with massage. These women are trained in the art of sensory touch, using their hands to relieve the tension of the elite. Their role goes beyond simple physical pleasure. Finally, the third group is responsible for live singing and dancing performances. These women often have to perform semi-naked to display themselves for the entertainment of guests. They are trained to captivate the government officials with seductive movements and performances. Number 8. Imprisoned and monitored. Life in the pleasure squad is far from glamorous. The selected members are forced to live in a separate area reserved for Kim Jong-un, completely isolated from the outside world. Every action they take is closely monitored, and they have little to no contact with anyone beyond the elite circles. This report suggests that they are not allowed to speak to outsiders, and their interactions with the leader are scripted and controlled. The only time they are allowed to visit their families is during the lunar year, but even then, their home visits are carefully monitored by government officials to prevent any unauthorized interactions. At the age of 22 to 25, the women retire from their roles. Reports from the pleasure squad indicate that they often marry bodyguards or royal officials in need of wives. However, their fate remains uncertain, as they continue to be under strict surveillance to ensure their silence and prevent any secrets about the squad from being exposed. Despite this, their lives are forever marked by the trauma of what they were forced to endure. This is not due to compassion, but rather a method of maintaining secrecy and control by the regime, even once these women have completed their duties. The government continues to monitor them for the rest of their lives, ensuring that every action is within their control. What do you think about this issue? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 7. Spending $4 million a year on lingerie. Kim Jong-un's pleasure squad, a group reportedly reserved for the elite members of North Korea's government, has revealed a disturbing reality about the regime's excesses. Leaked reports indicate that Kim Jong-un's government spends approximately $4 million annually on importing luxury lingerie from China exclusively for this group. Trade data also reveals that while the country's elite live lives of opulence, the majority of the population struggles to survive on an average wage as low as $4.40 a day. As much of North Korea's people endure poverty, the spending on such luxury raises a fundamental question: how can a nation facing a severe economic crisis justify such indulgence? What are your thoughts on this? Back in the days of Kim Jong-il, he too lavishly spent on the pleasure squad. His personal expenditures included extravagant gifts for women, private jets, expensive food and beverages, and access to the finest resources available. For example, he was known to have imported French wine, luxury cars, and costly foods from around the world, with the women in the pleasure squad enjoying similar lavish living conditions. However, this luxury is just one part of the story. Kim Jong-un's nephew, Lil N, revealed in his memoirs the corruption and exploitation behind the pleasure squad, a group that was camouflaged as a form of entertainment for the regime's elite. According to Professor Toshimitsu Shimizu, a North Korea expert, this practice has spanned 3 generations of the Kim family, not only as a means of controlling the people, but also as a tool to assert the Kim family's authoritarian power. Number 6. Secret party. Another facet of this lavish lifestyle is the secret parties hosted by Kim Jong-un, where power and luxury converge in an enigmatic setting, accessible only to a select few. These parties have become legendary, tightly guarded, and attended by only the highest-ranking officials in the government, military, and the Workers' Party of Korea. These are the individuals with significant influence over the political trajectory and fate of North Korea. When these exclusive gatherings take place, the environment transforms into a realm of opulence, an intoxicating atmosphere that envelops all attendees in grandeur and allure. At the heart of these events are world-class performances, where everything from music and dance to special acts is meticulously curated to create a luxurious ambience that highlights the power and control Kim Jong-un wields. The entertainers, including musicians, dancers, and acrobats, are handpicked for their extraordinary talent. These performers not only come from North Korea but also represent the pinnacle of their craft, with some hailing from abroad. The atmosphere of these performances is elevated by symphonic arrangements filled with contemporary melodies, carefully selected to cater to the diverse tastes of the elite guests. These tunes fill the space, drawing the audience into an experience that feels almost otherworldly. The dancers, with their fluid movements and intricate choreography, offer a mesmerizing visual feast. Their performances blend traditional Korean elements with modern interpretations, executed with precision and grace, leaving the audience spellbound by the beauty and elegance of every gesture. These secret parties, held by Kim Jong-un at the heart of North Korea, are not merely extravagant celebrations, they are political hubs, cloaked in the veneer of luxury. At these exclusive events, top leaders of the Workers' Party of Korea engage in crucial discussions that shape the nation's future and influence global events. Behind closed doors, they negotiate fragile alliances, decide domestic and foreign policies, and make choices that affect millions. These discussions, touching on military matters, economic shifts, and global relations, unfold in a context of splendor reserved for an elite circle. These evenings are not just memorable nights, they are pivotal moments to solidify and display one's influence. However, attending these parties is not without risk. An invitation may signal diplomacy, a step toward alliances, but an absence could be seen as an attempt to fracture relations with the regime. Number 5. Party participants. These exclusive gatherings featuring the girls of the pleasure squad were reserved for a select few, and only 40 of Kim's 200 closest associates were chosen to attend the parties, which could last until the early hours of the morning, fueled by alcohol, adult entertainment, and lavish food. The routine at these parties was a mix of indulgence and debauchery, eating and dancing. This was common, but events often took a darker turn, with the entertainment of the losers being forced to strip one by one, regardless of their gender. The atmosphere was one of coercion and humiliation, with participants pushed to their limits in pursuit of pleasure, such as having to shave their body hair if they were intoxicated. They would engage in a game of shaving body hair. These games served as a means of control and domination, reinforcing the power dynamics within the party. Such gatherings were a testament to the depravity and disregard for human dignity that existed among North Korea's elite, as the pleasure squad girls had endured these parties for years of their lives, consumed by the demands of the leadership. They themselves were trapped in a cycle of exploitation and abuse, their minds scarred by the experiences they were forced to endure at the end of their service. What are your thoughts on these barbaric parties? Please leave your comments below. Number 4. The evolution from Kim Jong-il's era. The selection process for members of the pleasure squad is exceedingly stringent. Those chosen must undergo a meticulous evaluation of their abilities and complete a training program lasting anywhere from 3 to 6 months. Roles within the squad are divided into 3 main groups: the pleasure unit, the happiness unit, and the singing and dancing unit. Each group is trained to fulfill the specific desires of the regime's elite. The pleasure unit specializes in intimate services, while the happiness unit focuses on providing physical relaxation experiences for high-ranking officials. The singing and dancing unit performs lively shows to energize the leadership's gatherings with meticulously choreographed performances. Every aspect of their training is tightly controlled, leaving no room for error. This reflects a highly regulated system designed to maintain Kim Jong-un's absolute power and safeguard the secrecy surrounding the activities of the pleasure squad. Although the exact details of the squad's operations remain undisclosed, its primary purpose is clearly to serve the interests of the elite, often at the expense of the members' personal freedoms and dignity. Under Kim Jong-un, the secrecy surrounding this operation has been further intensified, likely as a response to the information leaks that occurred during his father's reign. However, the origins of the squad can be traced back to the 1970s, when Kim Jong-il, North Korea's previous leader, began organizing exclusive events for his closest allies. These gatherings were not merely social occasions, but were carefully orchestrated to strengthen the loyalty of those in his inner circle. At the heart of these events was Kipum-jo, or the Pleasure Squad, a select group chosen to provide entertainment and create an electric atmosphere. The organization of these events was not simply about pleasure, it was a strategy to reinforce loyalty and absolute control within the government. Members of Kipum-jo were not only performers but operated within a tightly monitored system designed to prevent any leaks about these secretive gatherings. Over time, the Pleasure Squad evolved into a well-structured entity, not only serving Kim Jong-un's personal needs but also advancing his political goals. This system demonstrates the regime's relentless commitment to preserving power and exerting strict control over even the closest members of the leadership. In 1976, the Workers' Party of Korea established Office 39, a secretive organization responsible for overseeing the security of Kim Jong-il and managing the recruitment process for the Pleasure Squad. By 1992, Kim Jong-il's declining health prevented him from directly participating in the squad, leading to the cessation of the squad's intimate functions. However, official recruitment did not end until 1995, following a final selection. Although it seemed the era of the Pleasure Squad had ended, the tradition was revived in 2012 under Kim Jong-un, continuing the troubling legacy of using personal loyalty as a tool of control. In the mid-1980s, members of the Pleasure Squad did not enjoy privileges. According to defectors, they were still subjected to harsh disciplinary measures and deep violations of their dignity. These actions were not merely public humiliations, but calculated moments designed to weaponize shame and ensure that the women could not resist. What do you think about the regime's use of such public actions to control society? What does it reveal about the leadership's perspective on power, and how do you think this impacts the individuals forced to endure such treatment? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 3. Control of all information. One of the regime's key strategies is information control. Extreme reports of punishments for those who leak information about Kim Jong-un highlight the state's grip on every detail of life within the country. Since mid-2010, North Korea has intensified its crackdown on any material that exposes the private life of the leader. A notable example occurred in September 2015 when 3 individuals were publicly punished for allegedly sharing content from South Korea, specifically for airing the South Korean TV series Until the Flowers Bloom. Though this show originally aired in 1998, its content continues to resonate strongly to this day. According to a thesis by Shin Dong-huk, a defector from North Korea in 1995, the series offered a rare glimpse into the life of Kim Jong-il, revealing the existence of the Pleasure Squad and the opulence of the regime's elite. But why does this matter so much to the regime? The punishments for those who leak information are not only a clampdown on foreign material, but also a direct effort to prevent any narrative that could undermine Kim Jong-un's power over the North Korean people. The regime does not just want to control information, it is willing to take extreme measures to protect its power and political stability, making the revelation of sensitive details a crime that comes with severe consequences. Consuming such media is not only illegal but is met with harsh punishment, reflecting the regime's aggressive efforts to silence dissenting voices and maintain the strong, unyielding image of its leadership. The stark contrast between North Korea and countries like South Korea is undeniable. In South Korea, freely engaging in discussions about controversial topics or watching TV shows is a normal part of life. Meanwhile, in North Korea, similar actions can lead to the most severe punishments. Number 2. Secret casino in the Pyongyang. Beyond the lavish parties, North Korea hides an entirely different world, one where power and luxury extend far beyond the Pleasure Squad or Kim Jong-un's private parties. One of the more surprising aspects of this world is the existence of a secret casino concealed in a quiet area of Pyongyang, where the thrill of gambling stands in stark contrast to the country's strict laws which deem gambling illegal. Here, cards are shuffled in dimly lit rooms, and the quiet murmurs of high-stakes gamblers fill the air. What makes this casino stand out is its blatant violation of the country's strict regulations. North Korea officially has only 2 casinos, and the one operated by Kim Jong-un in Pyongyang is the most famous, located within the towering Yanggakko Hotel in the heart of the city. This casino spans multiple floors and offers high rollers a variety of games, including poker, blackjack, roulette, and slot machines. However, don't be fooled by its outward appearance. This is no ordinary casino. Security is extremely tight, and rules governing the games are strictly enforced. Every visitor must present a passport and complete a registration process before being allowed to participate. While the atmosphere might seem relaxed, every action is closely monitored. Even the smallest infraction could lead to severe consequences. This casino mainly caters to foreigners, tourists, diplomats, and other privileged figures. Meanwhile, North Korean citizens are typically banned from entering this area. In addition to the gambling, the casino offers luxurious services such as fine dining and upscale bars, all within a secretive world that is tightly controlled. What do you think about this casino? Feel free to share your thoughts. Number 1. Life of the North Korean elite. In stark contrast to the lower classes, North Korea's elite live a life of extreme luxury, particularly those loyal to Kim Jong-un. The wealthy class in North Korea, known as the Donju, meaning masters of money, holds significant power. These new wealthy elites often occupy positions in the government, within ministries, or the military, and run state-owned enterprises abroad or attract foreign investment into North Korea. They are also regular attendees at Kim Jong-un's secret parties, where they indulge alongside the pleasure squad. On the other hand, they engage in a wide range of businesses, from flat-screen TVs to real estate. With wealth in hand, the Donju class acquires household goods that, while ordinary in other countries, are considered luxuries in North Korea, such as large refrigerators, motorcycles, and even imported cars, mostly Toyotas and Hondas. Not only do they buy homes and luxury items, but the rich in North Korea also know how to enjoy life in ways that rival the upper middle classes in South Korea or the West. The children of these wealthy families often wear fashion brands like Zara and H&M. They regularly work out, maintain their fitness, and practice yoga or gym workouts at large fitness centers. In addition to dressing well, wealthy North Koreans are also keen on enjoying fine food. They are willing to spend large sums on rare, imported ingredients from the West. A supermarket in North Korea is stocked with imported products such as Australian beef, Norwegian salmon, cereals, and all are sold at sky-high prices. The Donju also frequently visit luxury stores and cafes to enjoy drinks that cost nearly as much as a month's salary of an average government official. The coffee culture among the wealthy in North Korea blossomed in 2020. Most drinks on the menu in these cafes cost between $4 to $8, with a glass of iced mocha priced at $9, while the average income of a regular citizen is only $4. The privileged lifestyle of these officials is often accompanied by surveillance and control, as even those closest to Kim Jong-un's inner circle can become victims of purges if they pose a threat or fail to perform their duties. One of the key characteristics of the elite class is their secrecy. They rarely interact with ordinary citizens who live in poverty and oppression. We've just explored Kim Jong-un's secret pleasure squad. What do you think about this squad, or do you have any other thoughts about North Korea? Please share your opinions in the comments. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more intriguing videos. If you enjoy this content, let us know in the comments below which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.